I used to think power was about who could shout the loudest, who had the slickest comeback, the firmest handshake, the most intimidating presence in a boardroom. I was a millionaire by 30, a master of corporate jargon, and a slave to my own ego. I measured my days in dollars earned and deals closed. Then, one Tuesday afternoon, stuck in gridlock traffic, a silent taxi driver taught me everything I thought I knew was wrong. The day started like any other. A high-stakes conference call, a $1 million deal hanging in the balance. I jumped into the back of a taxi, my phone already pressed to my ear, barking orders and spitting out acronyms. I was a lion in my concrete jungle. I barely even registered the driver, just another part of the scenery. But as the traffic ground to a halt, so did my world. The call was going south. The connection was spotty, tensions were high, and my carefully constructed deal was starting to crumble. I was getting louder, more frantic, my voice echoing in the small space. My frustration was a physical thing, a storm cloud filling the car. And that's when I noticed him, the driver. He wasn't doing anything, he was just watching me. Through the rearview mirror, his eyes met mine. There was no judgment, no annoyance, no sympathy, just a profound, unsettling stillness. I hung up the phone, defeated. A wave of anger washed over me. "Can't you take another route?" "I'm going to lose a fortune here," I snapped. He didn't answer. He didn't even flinch. He just kept looking at me with that same calm, steady gaze. The silence was deafening. It was more powerful than my shouting, more authoritative than any CEO I'd ever met. It wasn't an empty silence. It was full. It held a mirror up to my own chaos, and I didn't like what I saw. My ego, my self-importance, my carefully crafted persona. It all just melted away under his quiet observation. In that 10-minute standstill, I felt completely stripped bare. Here I was, a man who commanded boardrooms, utterly disarmed by a man who refused to speak. He didn't need to. His silence spoke volumes. It said, "Your noise is just that noise. It holds no real power." It was a lesson I couldn't have learned in 1,000 business seminars. Power isn't about control or dominance. True power is found in listening. It's in the quiet confidence that doesn't need to announce itself. It's the ability to be still and simply observe, to understand without a word being said. I tried to break the silence again, this time with a mumbled apology. He just gave a slight, almost imperceptible nod. The traffic started to move. When we reached my destination, I paid the fare, my hand trembling slightly. I added a huge tip, not out of pity, but out of respect. As I got out, I turned to thank him. For the first and only time, he spoke. Just 2 words in a quiet, gentle voice. "Be still." Those 2 words have stayed with me ever since. I didn't close that deal. I lost the $1 million. But I gained something infinitely more valuable. I learned to listen. I started listening to my employees, to my family, to the quiet voice inside myself that I had been shouting over for years. My business didn't just recover. It thrived in a way it never had before. My relationships deepened. I found a sense of peace I never knew was possible. All because a silent taxi driver showed me that the most powerful thing you can do is shut up and listen. The world is always talking to us, but we're often too busy making noise to hear it. So the next time you feel the need to be the loudest person in the room, try being the quietest. You might be surprised by the power you find in the silence. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll take a moment to reflect on this. See you in the next one.